Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Yeah, I guess we better just get
What
started.
It, Tom?
Huh? Nothing. I don't know.
Wait, we haven't started yet?
Listen,
We've started.
it's been a long day.
Yeah. It really has.
Man, gosh.
I actually think the best part of podcasts is the first 10 minutes when no one has their shit together and they leave it in.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find like a groove.
Mm-hmm.
And there's awkward pauses. That's the best part.
No, yeah. The best part about this being our third year of podcasting is that Dave and I still have no idea how any of our shows begin.
Well, most people know me for my very polished broadcast skills. I know that last time I sent you all that audio with like a million fucking echoes in it. And I had my daughter come in and read some of the names.
It's punk rock, man. It's all like...
I think I sang like copyrighted music for a second too. That's what I bring to the table.
Yeah, it was like a haunted record from a ghost ship.
Yes, but we did not have the rights. We had to pay fucking $11,000 for that.
Yeah.
It was a very expensive episode, but that's what you have to spend when you want your podcast to sound like complete shit. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Hypecast.
Show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bell.
Am I introducing myself? I'm special guest Seanbaby from the internet.
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Welcome to the hype.
How's life?
It's good. I mostly like to stay in and type anyway, so I'm still dealing with quarantine just fine.
Right. I've been thinking about that. Like, my life has changed very little.
Very little. I lived like a maniac before this, and I live like a maniac now. I'm sitting at a desk with a full bottle of ketchup.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
just at my computer desk.
You've been training your whole life to have ketchup for dinner.
Hell yeah. No, it's living my entire life like a doomsday hermit. Now it's my time to shine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know how to do this. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like, stay inside, play Minecraft for hours? Sure. Yeah.
That's the dream.
Down.
Can you imagine
Living
meeting
the
your
dream.
10-year-old self and saying that's what adults will do in 2020?
Oh, man.
They would have no idea it was bad. They'd be like, that sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
Literally every adult is playing video games. Really? That sounds great. It is awful.
I'd say to myself, there's so many superhero things to watch, you won't even watch them all.
Right.
Yeah.
You will literally be bored of it.
Yeah. There'll be a new X-Men movie coming out, and you'll be like, so what?
Yeah.
I'm like having a fight with my
great.
family when I'm 10 years old to watch the live-action Flash.
The TV show?
Yeah. They're like, no, it's football night. I'm like, oh, it's the Flash. Yeah, that's how exciting superhero shit was for me when I was that age.
Oh, yeah.
I might have been 25. I don't have any concept of time anymore either.
I think it was 1990 because I remember we also had that fight.
I do remember existing for that
Sundays.
show.
Then I would have been 14 years old, so that's probably too old to fight with your family over Flash.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's the Flash.
It's the Flash.
Like you said, you don't get the Flash.
Listen,
often.
you get football every weekend for a few months each year. I don't know how long this Flash thing is going to last.
Yeah.
And before that, I think it was Alf. I think Alf was the Monday night show. I was like, dude, I gotta fucking watch Alf. And they're like, no, football.
I mean, that's fair for Elf. Like, Elf is one of those shows where I don't know if I'd want a child to watch Elf.
That was not the argument, though. They just liked their football more than their child being happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, they had no allegiance to that puppet.
Yeah.
I guess we should get started.
Yeah. we can
Elfcast.
at least name some producers.
Yeah,
right?
let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get through those.
I think we have technically one new producer actually this week. These two, I always separate them on the dock. Special thanks to Dan Hackroyd. Love no notes on the name.
Yeah, nice name.
Always a pleasure.
8 out of 10
thank
name.
you, Dan Hackroyd. Yeah, for sure. We voted on this one last week, so special thanks to the Kool-Aid Man is a proud communist.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we all?
Kool-Aid to each according to their needs.
Perfect, Tom. Thank you to Guy with a Long Name, one of my favorite westerns.
It's really tough that he had to follow a guy with a longer name.
Yeah. Thank you to E.T., the Extravagant Terresticle. Wonderful.
No notes.
Thank you to Cody Johnston's Time Machine Noise.
Very unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yes. Or pleasant. Depends on
your mood.
Your mood. Thank you to Peter for Pagel. Thank you so much. Thank you to Glitterous.
Mm-hmm.
You're magical. Tom, you could take it.
Oh, man. Thanks for having Jason Pargin on. Here's $25. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you to Jason Pargin.
Thanks to Jason Pargin.
Big David Wong fan there.
Yeah.
He just turned in a column for 1-800 Hot Dog that rules so hard. It's entirely about the scene in Cobra where he pulls a pizza out of the freezer and just cuts a tiny bit of it off with scissors and cleans his gun. He wrote 2,000 words about that, and it's incredible.
Man, that's perfect.
You could see it brewing in his mind because I think a few weeks ago he kept bringing up Cobra. Like he was like, have people seen Cobra? Is that like a touchstone for people?
I saw that tweet. I'm like, oh, I bet he's going to pitch a Cobra article soon.
Oh, yeah.
And he did, and it rules.
Oh, man.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's
great.
going to be fun. I'm riding pretty high off that Minecraft joke book from the other day.
That joke can rot in hell.
That book was such horse shit. Oh, man. Thanks to the Midnight Patron with Patrons at Midnight.
Thank you.
Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you to Andrew Howe.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you to Vincent with a Y.
Thank you.
Sean, you want to grab the last four here?
Thank you to Rev MD.
Woo.
Thank you, Reverend.
Yeah, he's the best. And Dracula, the bus-driving vampire. I remember him from last time I was on this podcast. Great name, Dracula.
Yeah. Toot.
John Muniz. And
thank you.
Thank you also to Captain Toenail.
Thank you, Captain. Oh,
great producer nods, fellas.
Yeah. We really nailed it. Really good work all around, honestly.
They're doing great. Could you imagine if this was just a bunch of fucking names? Like just people names? Like I'm cool with the ones that are people names in this. I mean, they're like it's a nice oasis in this crushing desert of fucked up weird names.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think it's good to have a balance is my point. Like if this went one way or the other, I would be very disturbed.
I think we'd arrange them into some sort of a narrative structure. Like it started off that way, how guy with a long name was like came after a guy with a longer name, and that's sort of a fun little unexpected twist. Mm-hmm. And we need a callback, maybe. And could you probably use an act 2? We should probably like reach a low point in the names where the names are like insulting us or they're dying or something. Like man dying from dog attack would be a good name for someone for like an act 2 of a nameless podcast.
Someone write this down.
Yeah, no, this is great. We can tell a real story here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
Oh man, we should probably talk about trailers though.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Tom.
All right.
This first trailer is.
I like the names idea. I think we're on to something. But
No. We'll circle back to it.
All right.
For sure. This first trailer is The Devil All the Time. It stars what does it star?
It stars
Spider-Man.
Fucking
A lot of
everyone.
superheroes. Yeah, Winter
It
Soldier.
stars Winter Soldier, Batman,
John Connor.
and
Yeah.
is John Connor in there?
Yeah.
Jason Clarke.
Oh yeah, I guess that is technically John Connor.
Yep.
They're all trying to get awards. Is that what I'm
It
sensing
looks
here?
like they're acting the shit out of their parts.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like fucked up Southern shit. The movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got Billy Skarsgård in there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
running around in there.
So Pennywise, it's a very genre-filled film.
I'm not against this movie.
No,
in
I
fact-
actually think this looks pretty good. Like I'm
Yeah, I was gonna say.
pretty
In fact,
into this.
There's
I
a
am
couple of
pro
big
this
haymakers
movie.
I liked in the trailer. They really captured the haymaker, the power of the haymaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a real treat when you get to see somebody float an absolutely devastating haymaker.
Yes.
But yeah,
It's
man,
this-
Robert Pattinson as a crazed Southern Baptist preacher.
Yeah, he seems great. I love Tom Holland and everything. He's adorable, and I love him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's
I'm
the best.
Excited to see him be not Spider-Man and also not Billy Elliot, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Because that's
with
the only two things I know him from. Has he done anything
He
else?
was in that god-awful whale movie In the Heart of the Sea.
Oh no,
Yeah,
really?
that's one of my favorite books. But that movie, it's like they knew they couldn't release a movie about killing whales because we just find that like reprehensible now. So they sort of like tried to spin it so what they were doing was like really great, when in fact they were just fucking monsters, just torturing whales to death for lamp oil. You know?
Yeah, I've heard that the book is really good, and then that this movie is just crap.
He was also in Doolittle.
Okay.
Oh right,
Didn't
he was
see
the
Doolittle.
dog. Oh man, we did.
and- Yeah, we did.
we watched it one desperate weekend where we just watched.
It was not good.
That seemed to be the consensus. That
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
this
you just condensed an entire podcast just now into that.
yeah.
pretty much that's all you need to
the
hear
episode,
about Doolittle.
the episode could have been 30 seconds long. No, there were some crazy thing. There's some pretty crazy moments in it that I have since wiped completely from my memory.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys
I
have done
remember
so many
narratively it
podcasts.
was
You
broken.
could sort of break the pattern and like do that for one of your episodes. You could be like, "We watched Doolittle." They're all set to like listen to 90 minutes of two guys talk about Doolittle. You're just like, it's just not good, and fucking roll credits.
We probably could get away with that.
You could.
at least
And maybe like
once.
15 minutes of silence,
Yeah.
so when they look at the time
Yeah.
code, they don't know.
You'd have to trick them a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Maybe
it's just
hide
an
a
idea.
song at the end,
Let's
like
cut
a
this so
bonus
no one
track.
sees it coming.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I may cut this out. I kind of want to leave it in so that they're on their toes a little bit.
Yeah. Well, now I do. Tom, we should start doing bonus tracks though. Like remember bonus tracks where it'd be silent for a really long time
Mm-hmm.
and then some bullshit? Like what if regardless of the podcast, we leave about 50 minutes of silence at the end of every podcast, and only sometimes they get like a little bit more.
Well, I figured
Of
we
us
would
talking.
eventually do that, and that's how we start doling out the secret location of our hidden treasure.
Yeah, it should definitely be coordinates if you're going to hide some sound in
Yeah.
50 minutes of silence.
Also, by hidden treasure, you mean a note by us asking if we can borrow money from them that we will bury.
No, yeah, this whole podcasting empire was just a ploy to pass on this ancient curse that we received.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's why I started my website, too. I have this library of insane books, and I'm like, if I can give these away to people and make it seem like it's fun, then I'll be free of this horrible curse.
It really is a fucking cabinet of curiosities you got there. Like,
There's a lot of darkness in here, and every section is just like, oh, what's this part? This is just Australian books for like treating medically. I don't even know how to describe some of this shit. I have medical books from like the turn of the century where just they can't even describe the maladies without like using unspeakable racial slurs, and you're just like, what world did our grandparents grow up in? Anyway,
What was medicine like back then?
It was just all vibrators and murder.
I love the idea of an apocalypse, and then that's your only like medical resources.
Right? It's just like how to treat mental illness in 1908. You're like,
right,
yeah, guys, we need to masturbate them furiously for hours.
It's like a lost situation, except the doctor you're stranded in is like a maniac from the 19th century.
I would love it. That's The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. That you just described that entire book.
Oh yeah.
Another one.
So yeah,
of
the devil all the time. That's what.
That's what we can look
that's what we're
forward
supposed to
to.
be talking about. Yes.
Nah, it's fine.
Great haymakers.
No, we can talk about whatever we
Great
want.
haymakers. Bold acting choices. And
yeah.
And it sounds like it's coming to Netflix, so I mean, you can just watch it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's like shotguns and stuff.
Yeah, that's like the best part. It's like it's on Netflix, so it's like, well, it's there. I don't feel it. I don't feel any pressure.
Yeah, there's not going to be many trailers for things coming into theaters yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, when is this coming out? Like September?
September 16th, I believe, was the date in the trailer.
Right.
It's sometime in early September.
September feels like it's going to be a good month.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they open this trailer with Chekhov's gun. It's just like straight up like, okay, here's a gun that's sort of going to define the plot.
Right.
You're like, well,
Right,
okay.
yeah, and then they pay it off in the trailer.
In the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all
Playing it
right.
on fucking Robert Pattinson playing like a crazy preacher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's great.
I agree. I think he should bring that to Bruce Wayne. I think they should like spin it so Bruce Wayne is a crazy preacher during the day.
Yes.
Yeah,
I want a
yes.
Batman that talks about Jesus a lot.
That's how he gets his billions.
Yeah.
Right. He's just like a televangelist.
Evangelist.
Prosperity preacher. Send me your gold, and he'll like turns it all into batarangs. Oh my god, I love that.
Go with Christ.
I'd be so pissed off if I got beat up by Christian Batman.
Yeah. That would be such a nightmare.
Fucking Christian Batman.
Oh, I'm loving it. That might be my favorite reimagining of Batman. That and the biologically accurate Batman who has like a rubber dick
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
we talked about
I
once.
forgot about that.
I didn't. Where was this?
Oh man, this was like Hypecast 2 years ago.
It was Tom and Jeff watched
Oh,
Batman.
it was Tom and Jeff.
actually, I
Okay,
think.
yeah. With,
Yeah, you have the Michael Keaton Batman having like anatomically correct parts.
yeah. So his
Would be way more threatening for criminals.
dick
That's
is just
true.
hanging down like a
There's the
boat
flopping
rudder.
dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that dong for, Batman? You know what it's for. Crime.
Oh man. All right, let's talk about this next trailer.
Sure.
We can keep talking about Batman. Just let's like move down the list
Right.
Mhm.
and then use this next trailer to talk
I do
about
think
Batman.
this movie would benefit from a Batman. The civil
Yeah,
rights
this is,
movement needed at least one more Batman.
At least one more.
Right.
This is Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
It's about specifically the Black Panthers. I mean, this is a fairly short trailer, but that's not a bad thing. It's like a real minute and a half one, right?
Right, but it's real. Like it's real.
Big fan.
It's real intense.
Yeah, and it like packs so much into it. I'm pretty excited about this one as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like everyone in it. You know, I like Lakeith and what's his name from Get Out?
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya. Thank you.
Fucking Jesse
director
Plemons?
I looked up, Shaka. I already
Shaka
forgot.
King. Shaka King.
Yeah, and it looked like I hadn't seen much of what he's done, except for like 5 episodes of that Wyatt Cenac show, which is really great, People of Earth. And so
Yeah.
I feel like this is his big break, and it's such a perfectly timed movie, like a civil rights movie where the cops are the bad guys. And I hear this a lot from my writer friends that writing a biopic is the best way to get your screenplay sold. So this might be like this perfectly timed thing that this dude did to make it big. And it seems like really good. It's got dudes everybody loves in it, and you know.
Yeah. It just looks really solid. Is this another Netflix?
No, it says coming to theaters actually in the trailer.
God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's
That's
actually
crazy.
it's not due until next year. So.
Oh. Oh, so we have a long wait on this.
I think the cops will be good guys by next year. I just don't
Yeah,
think the movie will make any
everybody will
sense
love
to a
cops.
2021 audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll have come back around on them.
They'll have shot like
Yeah.
400 more rounds of tear gas into mothers in Portland, and we'll be like, I'm starting to see their point. Let's make more
Yeah.
movies about the cops being the good guys.
You know what? We should tear gas mothers.
Let's hear him out as he
Yeah.
blasts my eye out of my skull.
Yeah, this is, depressingly relevant, but also looks very good.
Yeah,
and
Daniel
just
Kaluuya
filled with
specifically. Yeah, his performance just in this trailer is like
Yeah.
wild.
And look, Keith, you might have seen this. That dude had like this sort of looked like a meltdown over Instagram, and he was posting like pictures of pill bottles. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I guess he's okay. Like, I just checked the news when I saw you guys were doing this trailer, and I guess he's okay. And then, but there's no real explanation that I saw. He was just sort of posted this thing, and I saw it because Patton Oswalt retweeted it, and it was kind of going all over the internet. And yeah, he just sort of seemed like he was writing a suicide note over Instagram. And I guess it was just a misinterpreted, like, fleeting artistic moment. I don't know.
Right.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, for sure. No, I really like him.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, this is coming out next year, you said, Tom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm bummed about now, is because I was like really looking forward to having a really like adult evening watching The Devil All the Time and this back to back.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna watch like adult dramas back to back.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Some gripping period pieces.
Oh yeah.
Those are the only two adult movies.
Mm-hmm.
You lost your chance.
Yeah. Oh well.
Guess I'll have to watch Malice.
Yeah. God, I gotta watch Malice. Is it still only? It's still only
know.
for
I don't know.
For sale.
I don't know. You gotta
I'm
check.
just gonna buy it.
You gotta check.
I did watch The Edge. I watched The Edge.
Oh fuck yeah!
David Mamet's The Edge.
Gotta watch The Edge.
I really love The Edge.
Yeah. It's we were surprised the other day, but the fact it was written by David Mamet, and then you watch it and you're like,
of course it is.
oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah, of course it is, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since 1997, so I'm due for another trip to The Edge.
See,
it's terrific.
Yeah, I love stories where like academic nerds like go in and like test their academic knowledge in practical situations, because it like.
Yeah.
I grew up real country, and whenever I went out and tried stuff that I learned, it like hardly ever worked the way it was supposed to. And so I always had this fantasy that never really got fulfilled of like going out and like building my own compass, because I'm like, it just never works. I'd like build my own bows, and they'd shoot like fucking maybe a foot further than you could just throw an arrow. And they're like, man. Whereas Anthony Hopkins is just like, I just built a compass. It works great. Anyway, I'm talking about hunting squirrels with Anthony Hopkins in the woods. There's a little bit of tension because I think Alec Baldwin wants to kill us.
That's just like an evergreen fear. I think Alec Baldwin wants to kill us.
I just don't trust that guy. I do like that scene in the movie where they like set up this elaborate squirrel trap. And I guess when they were making the movie, they couldn't fucking figure out how to catch a squirrel, so it just like cuts to their faces being super stoked about catching a squirrel. And I'm like, that's not even Hollywood magic. That's like a SNL sketch about making
terrific
this.
Scene. I was trying to transition us.
Yeah.
You want me to do it again?
Good luck.
Okay. Speaking of The Edge, next trailer is it's like The Edge, but in space.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like The Edge in space. It's the trailer for Away.
See, when you set it up like that, I really expect there to be a bear in space.
Yeah, not like just
cool.
floating dead.
Yeah.
Hey, which one of you astronauts brought the bear? This is a pretty serious fuck up.
Just bear in a space helmet.
Oh, fuck yeah! Give it to me. This is This is Hilary Swank going to Mars, and like her family's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a 3-year mission, the first manned space mission to Mars.
And a 7-year trailer.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I could really take this or leave it. I love space movies.
Yep.
But the thing I love about space movies is I love the cool capabilities of like astronaut captains. And this seems specifically like they don't have that. Like a big plot point from the trailer is like one of the astronauts fucked it up. And like somebody died because they like screwed up. I'm like, no, I really want my astronauts to be cool and ready to deal with any kind of problem. And the other thing I like is, of course, like the frontier of space. And this one is just like, you know what? Instead of that, let's just look back on everybody's families and complain about how like they're not around for their husband's, you know, leukemia or whatever nightmare was going on back home. Like this seems like the saddest movie about the opposite of what I like about space.
This seems like, I don't think space is going to be the selling point. I think what they're doing here, and I do think it's very clever, and I'm kind of in the same headspace as you, where I watch this trailer and I'm like, yeah, I could watch that, I guess. Is like, I think that it's going to be, they realize that like, to do a series where they're slowly going to Mars is going to be very boring, right? There's going to be days where they're just like, yeah, we're in space still.
I don't think so. One episode they get hit by a meteor.
Because otherwise,
2 episodes, they meet a Martian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen Star Trek.
Because otherwise it has to be like that,
Jazz
right?
some shit up.
It has to be like a 90s show where something happens every week for some reason.
Right. Throw a bear in there, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, the bear idea is really good.
So they're going to keep cutting away to home and have drama there. That's clearly what it's going to be. There's going to be episodes that won't be in space. And by space, I mean like that one set of the spaceship that they have, I assume, is what it's all going to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it'll be a solid drama.
Okay.
And a terrible space series.
And a shitty fucking bullshit bear series.
Yeah.
It will go down in history as probably the worst bear series of all time.
F minus in the bear series department. What if we're wrong, you guys?
What if there's a bear?
What if it's the
What
best?
if there's a bear?
Take it back.
Yeah. What if it will be eating these words and be like, God, they really nailed bears.
If it's the best bear series, it'll be eating more than words. But yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I see
good. Very good,
where
Tom.
you're coming from.
That's very good. And I don't. Fucking, they're gonna go to Mars. What if they get canceled, or they just die in space? Will they do a die in space episode?
I assume it's a limited series.
Oh, okay.
This is a theological question, but if you die in space, do you get to go to heaven?
No, man, you are heaven. At that point. You're that's where we go anyway.
Yeah,
that's
other people go to you.
God's space gifts are so great.
When we die, our souls get launched into space, and then we're like, what do we do here? And all the other ghosts are like, well, we've been fucking. That's what we've been doing. Because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just space.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. If people want, they can pay for my seminars. Get more answers.
I really just experienced a moment of clarity. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have my whole life makes sense now.
Do you do any pickup artistry stuff in your seminars? Because that's really what I'm interested in. Good.
And close-up magic.
Oh, yeah.
And
man.
I just, it's. I got everything. I got it all. You know.
Excellent.
How to make bombs.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
One seminar, please.
This looks fine. I don't know. Yeah. This is Netflix, right? Everything's Netflix.
I think so. It's one of them streaming. I think this was a Netflix.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems fine. Congratulations to Hilary Swank on the very fine project.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Netflix. It looks fine. I'm not excited about it, but it's
Netflix. You can use these pull quotes.
Yeah,
all you want.
It looks fine.
It looks fine, or quote, yeah, end quote.
Perfectly captures the filmmaker's competence.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go to the next one. This is HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I believe, a film.
Yes.
It would be weird for a series. This is called Unpregnant, which is a teen romp about getting an abortion.
Yeah, it's a road trip
because of our
movie.
shitty laws.
It's great.
Yeah.
What I like about it is, like, it's two girls going on a road trip to get an abortion, which is so clinically a reverse Porky's, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
It's
and, like, I guess... And I guess we can, like, thank terrible laws for these two young women rekindling their relationship.
Having
so that's cool.
to drive across 3 states.
Yeah. No, this does look. It's a comedy, so it's weird. It's weird to say this looks fun, but it does look fun. It looks like a fun road trip comedy.
And I think anything that can educate people about, like, the nightmares of, like, you know, aborting a pregnancy in America is, I think, valuable. It's a public service.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is like, it's not fantasy.
Yeah,
it's just a teenage girl who needs an abortion in the Midwest, going through what you need to do to accomplish that, and it's a nightmare.
I like that they even set up that she uses condoms so that we don't have to, like, fall back on that. Like, you can't be like, well, she shouldn't have done that. She has to have a baby now for the rest of her life. It's just they were good to cover themselves.
It's I guess so. I guess they know that this is gonna, like, I guess technically piss off people.
Maybe
I don't know how you don't. Like, abortion is one of those things where, like, I do think people should disagree on it. You know what I mean? Like, I think the next hour should be us solving abortion, but I'm just saying that.
All right, let's
sometimes
get into it.
Abortion, when someone's like, "Hey, that's murder," I'm like, I actually could see your perspective on that. That's
sure. No, I know what you mean. Where it's like, I don't think people are correct, like, in terms of the science, but I can understand the like, if someone believes that that's what that is, why they would be passionate about it.
Yeah, but also I don't think people should do it, but I also think we should trust their judgment if they decided in their life they want to do something this, like, soul-crushing.
It also, offering... man, this is not a Hypecast topic. No, but offering it is also reduces it, too.
I love that we're really doing it.
Let's do it. Let's solve abortion.
We're solving
right now.
We're solving
Finally.
I don't even know what solve
Finally.
means. Let's solve the abortion
3 white men
country.
will weigh in on abortion at long last.
God, this is the content they want from us.
Yeah.
So I've convinced 7 women to do it. How about you guys?
It'll probably piss some people off because this is just a topic that is always going to piss some people off.
Yeah,
it'll piss them off in that, like, 90s way where, like, some, like, grandpa will tweet out, like, "Oh, now they're making movies about abortion," and it'll be like someone mad about fucking early South Park or something. Like,
Or I don't know. For instance, Ben Shapiro being angry about
for sure
about WAP.
I do like how he sort of brings back that old timey, like, sanctimony where he's like, "Wet ass pussy. My doctor wife has suggested to me that this is because of a bacterial infection." It's just like, buddy.
If I learn that he's been reverse bigged, that would all come together, right? If he was like an old man who found a carnival machine and was like, "I want to be young again," and then he was turned into that, like that, it would all come together.
Just the thunderous cell phone of a man coming out and saying that.
His wife's pussy does
that
not
his
lubricate.
Wife, he's never made his wife wet.
It was very
and
uncomfortable.
He thinks it's a medical problem.
Yeah.
The internet was very uncomfortable that day.
God. It's like every month that fucker says something just so profound that, like, everyone makes fun of him. That's so profoundly stupid. And I was trying to make the point because people are like, "Why the fuck do we know who this guy is?" And I think we have room in our lives for, like, 5 Ben Shapiros. And Ben Shapiro has somehow managed to be that for like over a year. Like, he's had a really long lifespan as, like, the dumbest motherfucker that
Right. He's like he's all 5 of them.
Yeah. Like no one talks about Milo or Mike Cernovich or Jacob Wool, like all these other like idiot grifters that go on TV and are like, I think evil is actually good. And like he just has cornered the market on it. Very impressive.
Well, he's so good at it.
Yeah.
He is. He's got like that please bully me voice and that sort of like that like smug, smarmy attitude when he's saying something that's just fucking so dumb. And
yeah, he has all the worst.
And
opinions.
I'm sure you've seen like Cody's recent video on him where he finds how he'll like make different arguments about the same thing in front of different audiences because like it's like it's even intellectually bankrupt in his own like shitty internal logic, and I just love it. I actually saw when I was at Disneyland back when people could do things like that. I saw this fucking weird cranky old guy. And he had a Ben Shapiro shirt on. It was just his head. It looked like a homemade shirt. And he was the fucking angriest stranger I've ever seen in my life. He was just so fucking pissed off at the world. And I couldn't. I tried to snap a picture to send to Robert Evans, but I didn't get him in time. And it would have been a fist fight. I would have had to fucking have a fist fight in front of my family if this guy saw me doing it.
You sent it to Evans, right? Not because it's Ben Shapiro, but because he constantly asks me for photos of strangers.
Yes.
Any stranger.
He just loves photos of strangers. That's his thing.
Yeah, he's just like, any stranger you see, send
me. He fills every picture frame in his house is just loaded with pictures of strangers.
And it's not a sex thing.
No, right. Of course it is.
Yeah. Part of it is that.
Mm-hmm.
He explicitly told me this is for sex.
Oh, okay.
This is a sex
thing.
Yes. I will pay you, I will Venmo you $5 for every picture of a stranger you send me for sex reasons.
It's not a bad
Quote
deal.
by Robert Evans.
That's the Venmo note.
In a
sex reasons.
In a quarantine, you can get like $20-$25 a day taking pictures of strangers. At that rate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not too bad.
Not a bad supplemental income.
So that's
Unpregnant.
We did it.
This is
Unpregnant.
This is just
Is this because I'm here? It normally isn't this insane, right?
Oh no, it absolutely is.
Yeah, it depends.
Some guests we get further afield with than others. But.
Yeah. And that's okay. I don't think anybody all right. So people can comment with their thoughts on this, but I'm pretty sure people don't listen to this to get all the hot new movie news of the week, right? Because we're pretty bad at that.
I mean, we're okay.
We solved abortion. What the fuck do they want from us?
Exactly.
We did solve abortion. That's
and
true.
Bears in space. All right.
Yeah. All right. Next trailer. This is for Kajillionaire.
Yes.
This looks fun.
Did this get added after you sent me the doc first? I don't remember Kajillionaire.
It's the one with the guy in it,
Richard Jenkins, Rachel Wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're con artists.
Okay.
That like raised a kid.
Yeah, I didn't see this one.
Oh, okay. It's got like a little flavor of Napoleon Dynamite in there.
Right. It's like a Wes Anderson adjacent film.
Yeah,
it looks
but
like.
I do want to see it. Like, it doesn't feel like a pale copy of any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like its own thing to me.
And it's like a grifter movie? He's the son of con artists?
It's like a family of con artists.
Right, it's Richard Jenkins. I think it's Deborah Winger. She's somebody, right?
Okay.
I think it's Deborah Winger is the mom, and then Rachel Wood is their daughter, and they've just done nothing but be grifters, like petty grifters, their entire lives. And then she meets Gina Rodriguez, who is like kind of helping her break out of it. It looks like.
Okay.
It looks quirky and funny, and also like poignant in some turns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got that. It's a real indie film.
It's some of the indiest shit you can imagine.
Yes, it is insufferably indie, but that's the kind of shit that I like. So, fuck it.
Evan Rachel Wood's doing a whole ass thing.
She's doing a whole thing.
Jeez.
I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, I guess I'll have to watch to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. No notes. I would say this Hypecast list is it's one of the more agreeable list of trailers
that we've had in a while. Yeah,
that we've had in a while. Yeah,
they all seem
like
fine, nice, even.
I mean, any more thoughts on Kajillionaire?
Yeah, I mean, we can move on since Sean didn't catch it. So
all right,
my bad.
I don't. No, that's fine.
Well,
I don't really have any other thoughts on it. So
yeah,
I mean,
Sean could approximate a moment from the trailer that was his favorite, based on what we've told him.
I bet they fleece a stranger using some small time grift, and maybe they like bring a fiddle to the pawn shop, and then say, "Oh, I gotta leave my fiddle here. Can I borrow $200 for my fiddle?" And then some other guy comes in and says, "My goodness, that is the most expensive fiddle I've ever seen. I'll give you $14 million for that fiddle." And then the pawn shop guy's like, "Oh, I've got a secret expensive fiddle." Did they do this, Grift?
You nailed it.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
No, that is 100% a scene from the trailer.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, next trailer is for the Saved by the Bell reboot, sequel.
Sequel, reboot, it's both.
I'm not sure I'll watch this, but I like their instincts for it.
Yeah, see, my writing partner is Robert Brockway, and he's been hunted by Mario Lopez for like 20 straight years, so, I mean, Saved by the Bell can fuck itself for giving that monster work.
Like Most Dangerous Game style?
Absolutely. Like, he'll just show up nude in his house and say, "You've got 5 minutes head start." And then he'll just, like, let him run into the woods, and then Mario Lopez just shows up.
Man, that's a real problem.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of danger.
He should call someone about that.
I'm calling you. I'm telling you.
Well, right, I mean, has he tried making traps? I believe.
Do you think Mario Lopez can be just captured by an unblessed trap? Ridiculous.
Well, obviously you would bless it. Like, I don't know why.
I think where he's at now, he's like in Arizona, and like there's just not a lot of competent priests there. But seriously, this trailer is fucking bullshit. Like, this is the worst type of nostalgia. It's just like the fucking three things people remember from Saved by the Bell, like all jammed into the fucking trailer. Like, I'm so excited it's playing over it because like somehow that's the scene we decided to make fun of for all these years. And they're like, "Hey, let's reference that," just in a really clumsy, humorless way. Just as a like they're gonna break their own neck winking at us this hard. It's just like, you know, that thing you remember from Saved by the Bell.
But like,
I hate it.
This is why I said that I like their instincts, because say you were I don't know, kidnapped by Mario Lopez and he made you make a Saved by the Bell reboot.
Yeah.
What could you do? Like, you'd have to do
I think it would be exactly this, but with just a slightly more sarcastic tone. This has a sarcastic tone.
That's true.
The people who made this are unhappy that this is their gig in Hollywood.
Yeah, they don't. It does seem like it's like begrudgingly made, but like compared to this to like, I don't know, the Full House reboot where it was like, well, this is for nobody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why this. I never watched Saved by the Bell, so I probably won't watch this.
Yeah.
But like, this is like the best case scenario in my head.
I think this and Full House
to do this.
They feel like they're pandering to people, but also like they don't quite know how to pander to people, or they don't quite get what those people liked about it, which was that it was on and they were fucking 11 years old, so they watched it.
Right.
But there's also like no like joy to it, where you see like an Adam Sandler movie, like Grown Ups Part 4 or whatever, and you're like, well, this movie sort of sucks, but like these people are having a fucking blast. Like they just got together with their friends and they're having a great time. And it seems like what this should be. You should be able to look at this and say, well, at least Mario Lopez is having a nice time. But it doesn't seem like that. It just seems like everyone's miserable and they make a thing that makes the world a fucking worse place. And it shouldn't exist, is my point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fair.
Did we solve Saved by the Bell too?
I think so.
That's 2 abominations we solved in one podcast.
I think you got down to like the harsh truth of it, which is that our love of Saved by the Bell really comes down to the fact that it existed when we were a certain age.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a particularly good show. It's got that, like, Baywatch energy, where it's like, you can't really recreate it because it was just this thing that was kind of dumb that we loved because we were also dumb.
Right.
At the time.
Saved by the Bell.
And we have nostalgia for it.
I guess with Baywatch, like, I appreciate how sometimes they would stop and just have a music video, and I really thought that was funny. Like,
right.
And so it was dumb, but it had its own sort of unique thing. It was like it was taking a big swing and missing even back then, whereas Saved by the Bell was just a very safe choice back then.
Yeah, that's true. It was real middle of the road, from what I remember. Again, I didn't watch it. I watched like a handful of episodes.
I've seen maybe 4 episodes in my entire life.
Or maybe I've seen all of them. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, could you imagine meeting someone and they're like, I love Saved by the Bell. And then they like knew the fucking episode numbers. You would think that's the weirdest person you've ever met. You'd probably say, oh, this person like has some sort of I can't make fun of this person.
Right. Like, why aren't they doing that for normal things like Star Trek and the X-Files?
I would consider calling the FBI.
Yeah.
They've got to be out there. Like, I have a good friend and she loves Archie, and I'm like, how the fuck do you just?
What the fuck?
What the fuck does that mean?
Really, Archie? This is it, huh?
This is your thing.
I mean, somebody's reading those fucking comics.
I guess so. I always thought it was just like you buy them because it's the only comic book in the grocery store, and you're like, Mom, I like comic books, and she's like, oh, here's whatever the fuck this is, Archie.
Yeah. Here's this piece of shit. Oh, man.
We got him. In your face, Mario Lopez. Your fucking work is garbage.
Yeah.
Take that.
He's coming for you now. He's coming for all of us.
Yeah.
The final trailer, you guys. We're up to our final trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is John Bronco, starring Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Strongly in favor of. This looks great.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm watching it.
It's a mockumentary about the real life guy, I think.
Sure.
Awesome. And it was Dennis Quaid narrating, I think.
That was 100% Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
There was Dennis Quaid. I missed Dennis Quaid.
He was narrating it. Yeah, that was absolutely Dennis Quaid.
Fuck. Oh yeah, I'm on board. Fuck it. This is it's like a 30-second trailer.
Yeah.
So there's really not much more to say about it. They really were like, John Bronco, man, here he is. Like it's like this trailer treats it like it's like Watergate or something that we all know really well, because they're just like, this story you've been waiting. I think we get John Bronco.
Like, I kind of get like a Marlboro Man thing. Because the whole
that's 100% what it is, because John Bronco was not a real person.
He should have been.
He should have been. Really? There was never a guy named John Bronco? Get out of here.
There's bound to be one.
How is that possible?
And I think Walton Goggins is one of those guys that just like everybody loves. Like, I think we'll agree on that.
100%. Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
He's a real that guy. For most, I think.
Yeah, he's not a household name, I suppose. But
he's never done us wrong, right?
Right.
You can trust him.
Has he ever betrayed us?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. Looks good.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely into whatever this ends up being. Very excited about it.
If I was running a studio and someone came to me and says, we've attached Walton Goggins and Dennis Quaid to this project, it's just about this like kind of Burt Reynolds-y Marlboro Man guy, I'd be like, yep, greenlit.
Yeah.
Here, I have placed all of my money into this bag, and I want you to spend every single dollar on this project. You had me
at Walton Goggins and Dennis Quaid. I didn't need anything else.
That sentence could have literally ended with anything.
What if?
Yeah.
It's Inner Space 2. Walton Goggins is playing the Martin Short part. What do you think of that?
Obviously, yes.
Why not?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. How about Dreamscape? Walton Goggins is playing the bad guy from the Warriors part. I can't remember his name.
like what's the John Patrick Kelly, something like that.
Whoa, that'd be a pretty sweet poll if you really got that.
You mean the Warriors come out to play that guy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I remember how I told you I'd kill you last.
Yeah, you know his whole filmography.
Yeah, I know this motherfucker.
Tom's got it's his brain. It's a brain thing.
David
Patrick Kelly. Yeah,
that's really strong work, Tom. I'm impressed.
Thank you. That's what I'm good at. Shall we move on to get? Let's name some more producers, Dave. Let's do that.
Sure. Thank you. Hey. Thank you to Wavy Rancheros. You're great. Also great is Mr. DNA.
Mr. DNA.
Thank you. Lauren Gucci, thank you very much. Bootler Boodleson, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Grumblebee. Thank you to Tug.
Brought to you by Tugs.
Good old Tugs.
Fucking ticks.
Thank you to Welsowski. You're all aces. Tom, you do.
Oh, man. Thanks to Shepard Mulch Diggums.
Thank you, Shepard.
Thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Norm.
Thanks to Davy Francis.
Davy Francis, thank you.
Thank you to Space McNulty.
Thank you.
Thank you to Captain Fatstrong.
Thank you.
Thanks to Hiram.
Thank you.
And thank you to Oh Great, It's That Guy. Sean, you want to grab the last couple?
I'd be happy to. Thank you to Lef with one F.
Left.
Woo.
Thank you, Bob Grenville.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Nolan Matten.
We figured this out. Mayton. It's Mayton.
Sorry, Nolan.
Thank you, Nolan.
Nolan Mayton. Because it is Nolan Mayton season.
Ooh.
Thank you to Joshua Graves.
Joshua.
Oh, man.
Thank
Thanks.
you, finally, to Normal Man Andrew McGuire.
Thank you.
Woo.
Thank you, all of you.
Oh, man.
So we're on news stories now. We're done with trailers.
Yeah.
Trailers is
I think
over.
we did great.
Yeah,
6
we
out of
did. We
10.
nailed
And
it.
we got some important news. Zac Efron is going to star in a 3 Men and a Baby remake.
As the ghost.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Ted Danson cutout in the background.
Yeah, this is a solid sure, why not from me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Disney Plus movie. It's like, yeah, that seems about right.
And like we didn't
I
think
don't
of
think-
actors like this back then, but if you go back, Steve Guttenberg was kind of jacked. Like Zac Efron will be
Yes.
a good Steve Guttenberg. And
Yes.
yeah.
I remember rewatching Cocoon recently and being like halfway into that movie and being like, am I getting body shamed by Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He was in incredible shape.
Unfortunately, he was Steve Guttenberg. So.
Well, I mean,
Police
that was
Academy
a really good
is,
thing in 1986.
as a national treasure.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, this I don't think this will hurt the legacy of the original.
Of Leonard,
not
Leonard
too
Nimoy's
much, at
classic.
least. Right. Yeah, directed by Spock for some reason.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Still not sure why that happened, but whatever. Yeah, who do you think will be the other 2 men?
Well, we need a Tom Selleck and a Ted Danson.
Oof. Let's just get Tom Selleck and Ted
I don't
Danson.
see why not.
Yeah.
Like old ass
Why not?
them and Zac Efron. Fuck it.
They would fuck.
You know, I
you
really-
couldn't do it. They would all fuck.
I think we deserve a third movie with all of them.
Yeah, just being old as shit, having to try to take care of a baby.
Let me throw a curveball at you.
They get a new baby.
Steve Guttenberg, Ted Danson, Tom Selleck, Three Amigos reboot.
Oh, sure. Fuck it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on board.
I don't see why not.
That's my pitch.
Yeah.
Throw a baby in there.
This is a real, I assume this movie came to be by someone walking in a room and saying, we have a person here willing to devote time to a 3 Men and a Baby remake. And they were like, I don't see why that's a problem. Sure.
I've heard of that.
And that was that. They're just like, how much money is it going to cost us? And they're like, not a lot. And they're like, okay.
They're like,
we have a
we're
movie.
going to get free publicity on Hypecast. This is the type of story that drops and people talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be on the tip of everyone's lips.
Here's my problem with Zac Efron, though. Zac Efron, a little too hot. You know what I mean? Like, I've dated girls who would have fucked Steve Guttenberg, but Steve Guttenberg's like a talented movie star, I think most of the girls I've been with would leave me for Zac Efron just because he's hot. And you can't trust a guy with that much power. That's my point.
It's one of those things where, like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but, like, there was, like, 70s and 80s hot, and now it's, like, these people were made in a lab.
Yeah, he's uncomfortably hot.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know what we did.
They have to start writing him into movies, because obviously a lot of people have been hot in movies. A great example is Julie Louis-Dreyfus, very hot, but, like, none of the Seinfeld plots were ever about her being hot. You know, she just sort of happened to be hot, and, like, no one mentioned it. But, like, Zac Efron, they have to, like, write that shit in the movie where it's like, okay, guys, you need a distraction. I'm going to go take my shirt off, and every single person will be mesmerized by my body. And it's like, yep, that's in the movie, and it doesn't feel like science fiction. You're like, yeah.
You're like, no, obviously, that dude is supernaturally hot.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even ignore it in movie rules. Like, because in movies, like, everybody's hot.
Sure. Right.
But then Zac Efron shows up, and it's like, well, we have to address
this. Needs to be addressed.
We have to write it in. It's like he has 3 heads, where it's like, we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even, like,
we
Brad
have to
Pitt,
write
like,
it in
we'll
somehow.
get through a movie, and, like, no one mentions it. He just,
yeah.
You know, he might have some love interests or whatever, but, like, he doesn't, like, run into some woman, and she goes, what the fuck? Who are you? Wow, va, va, boom. Whereas the whole Zac Efron movie has to be written like that.
Yeah. So I guess that's what the 3 Men and a Baby. It'll be Zac Efron, and in situations where everybody just kind of, like, keeps trying to fuck him, and he's like, "Hey,
it's
now
like, hey,
I gotta take care of this
baby."
Yeah. Also, is this a very antiquated plot at this point? Because the bit is they're men and they can't take place.
Yeah,
they can't take care of a baby.
Yeah, specifically that they're 3 single men who are. Like, I think, Tom Selleck's the womanizer, or is it Gutenberg?
Right.
Like, they're all sort of very self-centered, career-focused people.
I guess that still works.
It wasn't quite like Mr. Mom.
Right. They need more obstacles in the future. Like, let's make them all addicted to heroin for this.
What if in this remake,
obviously,
2 of the men are a gay couple, and the third is a gorilla?
Sure.
Okay. I'm having a lot of great ideas.
Like, they're zookeepers.
Oh, I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kevin
and
James could be one of them. He's already played a gay couple, a member of a gay couple, and a zookeeper.
Sure.
People know him as this.
And, like, the gorilla, like, the gorilla saved their life.
Oh, I love it.
But really wants to eat the baby. So they're, like, in between a rock and a hard place where they're like, God, we owe this gorilla our lives.
So
and
much.
by extension, this baby.
It's great.
As a meal.
There's a lot of tension. It's not funny tension, but it's tension.
Yeah. But, like, we can't feed a baby to a gorilla.
You can't feed a baby to a gorilla.
No, everybody will frown upon that.
You know what? I bet Zac Efron could do it.
Yeah. Throw it in space with a bear.
I'd watch that hunk.
We got ourselves a movie.
I'd watch that hunk feed up baby to a gorilla all day.
Wasn't there a gorilla scene in Baby's Day Out?
There had to have been.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank
John
God.
Hughes
There
classic.
absolutely was.
Yeah, John Hughes' Baby's Day Out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody watch that. Yeah, I'll never see this movie, probably, right?
You mean you won't live to see it, or?
That's correct, yeah. That's correct.
My
never,
fiance, who I adore, has super square taste in movies, which usually leads to me seeing things like this. But I do sort of enjoy, like, that type of thing. Like, when she wants to watch Mannequin, which is one of her favorite movies, I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going to watch Mannequin.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd fuck with Mannequin.
Mannequins. That's a haunting film. Well, Mannequin, like, that's the shit what maniac thought up Mannequin? You know, like, that's wonderful.
It's so fucking
weird.
weird.
What a great idea.
Every time I watch it, I get, like, new questions as, like, my comic book nerd brain, like, tries to find the pseudoscience that makes it all make sense. And it's just... Because they fucking made it so there's an Egyptian curse that did it, which implies that, like, they thought about it. They're like, okay, we got to have a reason for this mannequin to come alive. They could have just had it fucking a magic medallion or something. But no, they're like, no, specifically, this is a choice by, like, sentient beings to give her this power. And then there's, like, these rules about when she turns back into a mannequin. And I'm like, what if he's, like, mid-coitus while someone looks at them? Like, it rips his dick off, doesn't
And
it?
he gets stuck in the mannequin.
Or does he become a mannequin? Do they look like two mannequins?
I think it would get stuck, right? I think he would lose it. I think he would lose it in the mannequin.
The rules don't work through video cameras because Estelle Getty reveals at the end of the movie that she watched him fuck this mannequin the whole movie because she had recorded it on the security system.
Man, I gotta watch Mannequin again. This is fascinating. And Mannequin 2. Fuck it.
Why not?
Yeah. If you're watching Mannequin, you might as well throw in Mannequin 2.
I think Mannequin 2 is actually easier to find. Like Mannequin 1, we usually have to go find the DVD to watch it because it's just not on anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's outlawed in several states.
For good reason.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Faces of Death. Like, they don't show it in certain places. All right. I feel like we got to the bottom of this 3 minute baby.
That was a really good 3
solving
minute baby
a lot of
discussion
problems today.
All right. Well, let's talk about the dramatic remake of Fresh Prince that's in the works.
Sure.
Okay.
This is based on a one of those parody trailers that somebody made a year or two ago.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a solid sure.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. We could make new things, or we could do this.
I don't understand why this needs to exist. Because there were plenty of dramatic moments in Fresh Prince anyway.
Yeah, there really was a lot of important episodes of The Fresh Prince, if I remember correctly. And they tackled racism and like classism like a lot.
Yeah, and there was the episode where like Will was going to go shoot the guy that shot Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit, that's a hell of a show.
They dealt with some shit on Fresh. Like, I don't understand. Like, no. Make a new thing. Don't.
Then there was that episode where Uncle Phil fed a baby to a gorilla.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah. Because the gorilla saved his life.
Yeah.
Right.
And he had no choice.
Uh-huh.
That's what he demanded. When you get your life saved by a gorilla, you have to give them one wish. And they always wish for a baby.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's all they ever want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is... Boy, I hope we never have to talk about this again.
Yeah, I hope...
This Fresh Prince.
I hope they produce a pilot that does not get picked up.
Yeah, we don't need this.
I think the three of us white gentlemen should discuss abortion first, and then the dramatic Fresh Prince remake. And, we'll tackle racism. Like we tackled abortion.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, who better than us?
I'm going to weigh in real quick.
I mean,
I'm against it. I don't think we should have racism. What do you think of that?
I mean, that's a bold stance, but I'm willing to add my voice to yours.
Thank you. Let's start a petition.
No, I'm just I wish the creative people would I don't know. I just wish this person would make something of their own and not this.
Here's what it is. I don't know if it involves. I assume it involves because, like you said, this was like a fan film on the internet.
I don't. Yeah. So, essentially, somebody. I mean, it was very well produced. Like it's very well done.
Well, that's what they should have went to those people and said, "We like that. What else do you have?
Right? Not
what's
this.
Something you can give to us?
Yeah.
Not okay. We're gonna make that whole thing a goddamn show." And they're probably like, "Okay, sure." Because why wouldn't they? Because it's a good like
exactly,
if it is even those people, they might have just been like, look, here's some money. We're taking this.
I believe it's the same person is making it.
Yeah. And so good for them. Like legitimately good for them. I'm happy that they're getting work and that they're starting out and that they were noticed. It's just a shame that they have to do it through something else that people that probably won't succeed because I don't see a lot of people on the internet being like, this is a great idea.
Right.
Most people are saying what you're saying, Tom. They're like, it was already dramatic.
I have not seen a very positive response to this.
I do feel like Fresh Prince means more to people than Saved by the Bell means to people.
Yes,
100%.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it meant more as a show.
I do. Are they going to update the name? Because I feel like if you met someone today and they called themselves the Fresh Prince, you'd find that to be like really corny. You'd be like, Did your grandpa give you that name? So here's another pitch. They could call the show Trevor on Fleek. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Again, I think that's 10 years out of date, but it's not 30 years out of date.
Right. Something like that is your point.
Yeah. Trevor on Fleek of Culver City.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just an idea. They can have it.
Yeah. All right. Let's stop talking about these remakes and all them bringing back old stuff, right? And let's get to the thing
the brand new IP.
Loves. Let's get to the fucking Tron movie.
Tron.
The third Tron that's finally fucking coming out.
Yep.
With the director of Lion?
Yeah, that was a weird one.
The fuck?
Yeah, I read that he was just really pursuing it. He's just really wanted to make Tron and fucking very industrious gentleman.
Look, I'll take Tron any way I can get it. You're gonna cram Jared Leto in it. All right, fine. I'll cover up that part of the screen while I watch.
It is weird we don't have a Tron.
I'll do something.
Yeah, it's weird we don't have like a new Tron every 6 months. Like, we live in this world where everyone plays video games, and like the whole idea of us living in a simulation is brought up, 20 times a day, and there's Tron not tackling any of that shit.
It's fucking Tron, but like, for the love of God, why didn't they get the director of Tron Legacy? Why didn't they get Joseph Kosinski to fucking after he just did Top Gun? Why didn't they? He made a beautiful sequel to Tron that nobody saw, except for me. And like, what the fuck is this?
Nah.
Why are they doing this to me? Me specifically.
I mean,
Tron
Dave,
always...
at least you're getting a Tron.
Yeah.
Yes, at least I'm getting a Tron.
It's trying to hurt you, but it's here.
Maybe it'll be great. I don't know.
I've heard apparently it's called Tron Ares. Jared Leto tweeted that out and then quickly deleted it.
Is Jeff Bridges coming back?
I doubt it. I mean, he pretty emphatically died in the last one.
No one dies in Tron. They could bring him back as a program. They could bring back Clue. Because like they could do an actual good job at making a young Jeff Bridges and bring back Clue.
I mean,
they could make up any number of bullshit reasons why Flynn is still alive.
I honestly don't think it's going to connect to Tron Legacy at all.
Neither do I, and that bothers me.
Yeah, like so that we won't get whatever the guy's name is. We won't get Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, no, because why would any of those people be involved in this?
I hope it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
That would be terrific.
Yeah, if it's just Streets of Rage.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But like, is it going to be like a soft reboot? Is the idea that they're going to it's going to be like an employee at Encom and like he discovers the Tron world and then goes on his own stupid adventure where he has to like send an email and it takes like 3 hours?
I mean, Tron Legacy was a soft reboot.
Yeah, but it continued the lore of Flynn.
Did it?
Flynn's legacy.
What if Tron's core got like kidnapped and he's being used as like a match 3 with microtransactions and he's just like so bored.
Yeah.
Trying to hook grandmas like to shell out money for
this
power
legitimately might be an app, right? It might be about an app.
Yeah, of course.
Like the light cycle app. And then he gets sucked into it, and he has to fight his way out of the app.
Yeah, man,
through the internet.
His phone sucks him.
People keep adding
he gets sucked off by his
cowboy
phone.
hats and astronaut helmets to him. He's like, what the fuck are all these?
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate Tron.
Will they at least get Daft Punk? Will they at least get Daft Punk?
I don't know, man. These are all questions with no answers.
God damn it.
I mean, we'll see.
Someone asked Jared Leto. I need more information.
I bet Daft Punk is still trapped inside the game.
They better be. And I wouldn't even describe them as trapped. Like that's just their home.
That's just where they decided to be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not trapped in there with them. They're trapped with Daft Punk.
Yeah.
There's an
an
internet meme I saw. It must have been fucking 200 years ago. And it was Jared Leto at a fashion show looking at someone with a green coat. And he was just fucking lighting up. Like it was the greatest green coat he'd ever seen. And then it was like 3 years later and it's a picture of him in that green coat. And it's the only, it dominates my entire brain space of Jared Leto.
It's a story told in 2 photographs. It's perfect.
Oh man.
So yeah, Tron.
Yeah.
I think that's it for news stories, right?
I believe so. I read a quick thing while I was at work today about how AMC is going to be charging 15 cents for tickets when they open back up.
Yeah,
So
good
weird.
old pandemic prices.
Please risk your lives.
Yeah, who's pumped for the New Mutants? Let's go see the New Mutants.
I'd watch.
Yeah.
Let's touch everything. Let's touch all the trash
Yep.
cans.
I'm just going to rub my
Watch the New Mutants.
face on all the seats.
Is there a more
Yeah.
filthy place on the planet than a fucking movie theater?
Mhm.
What's the more?
It's like a real neck and neck horse race between that and the floor of a taxi cab.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
Look, I'm rooting for them. I don't think there will be a time where we'll be able to go outside, but whether or not movie theaters will exist is still up in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't want the last movie I've ever seen in theaters to be Bloodshot. I'd rather
That'd
not.
be so terrible.
Yeah, I'd really like to go out on a better movie.
What a bummer.
Yeah. Boy, I'm trying to remember the last good movie I saw. Probably The Invisible Man, but that was sandwiched with Bloodshot and Call of the Wild. So
I forgot you saw Call of the Wild.
yeah, I saw it with my dad. We loved it. We had a great time. Harrison Ford petting a man disguised as a dog.
What? Is that what that movie was about?
That's the CGI dog was a dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I
Like
see.
they just wrapped
Yeah.
a dude in green and had Harrison. Like best job ever, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Getting pet by Harrison Ford
You normally pay
for
for
like
that.
a month. Yeah.
That was his job.
You're a good dog.
Oh, can you imagine the nightmares that guy has of Harrison Ford sticking his face in his face?
You said nightmares or dreams?
Yeah, those are
Dreams. Well, yeah.
blessed, beautiful, cherished dreams. I don't know what you're talking about nightmares.
Spank
I
bank
think they'd be
deposits.
intense dreams.
All right, let's name some more producers, Dave.
Okay. Thank you to Ozzy. Thank you very much, Ozzy.
Woo.
Thank you to Tom Quasi Dangerous Levels of Hype K.
Woo.
Thank you. Thank you to AJ. You're wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you to Sweet Meat.
Mm.
You're delicious. Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Also delicious.
You're less delicious.
So delicious.
We're both doing the same bit, and we fucked it up.
Yeah. Thank you to Frankly Amish.
Woo.
Thank you to Mrs. Voidus. And Tom.
Yeah, thanks to the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Our
Thank you.
burgers are square, so they come over the bun, and people will like that.
It's a strategy that has endured.
I think I heard the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank you.
Thanks to David Knife Boot Hinson, MBA,
Knife
CPA. Knife Boot. Oh, man. Thanks to Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire.
Thank you.
Sean, you want to grab the last couple here?
Thank you, Mackenzie. Righteous hand of the lizard people. Chill.
Woo.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Funky J. That'd
Funky
be a good
J.
name for the Fresh Prince reboot. Funky J.
Mm.
And thank you to Pie Guy.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
The number, not the food.
Right. Right.
Yeah, obviously. It could be both.
How deep into pie
Could
can
be
you
both.
get, Tom?
3.14, I think. That's it.
That's
I think maybe a 1 after that.
141. Yeah, that's not.
What do you guys think about a 1 after that?
It's right.
My
And then I think
brain
it's-
bails the fuck out after that.
And it's
I think it's then 12 sevens.
yeah, it's probably 12 sevens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really onto something.
They should just make it 3.
Yeah.
Honestly,
why do we
yeah.
need it?
Why aren't the
what's the
right-wing
deal?
politicians
Just
campaigning
round it
to just
down.
make it 3?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a real story. I might have just remembered.
Maybe.
I don't know, but that's the real relief we need during this pandemic. Is we don't need the burden of so many numbers.
They should
and
really
pie.
fucking switch to metric while our lives are already fucked up already. They should do all this
Yeah,
stuff
sure.
that we should have done a long time ago.
We should also fix the calendar if
Yeah.
we can, because time doesn't matter right now. So if they were suddenly look, we're it's we're adding a month or we're like subtracting a month. Like we're rounding it all down. Let's round everything down.
Daylight saving, time zones, all this stuff that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Dave.
What is it?
Dave, we've reached the point of the episode where I need to know if you brought a movie that deserves more hype.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, man, you did?
I did.
Oh, shit.
This is called Come True. This is premiering at the Fantasia Film Festival, which is digital this year. Starts on August 20th, but it also has a digital release on September 2nd.
Okay.
This is from a director who hasn't done much except for the fan film Tron Destiny.
Okay.
So, they did a Tron fan film, you guys.
I tried to watch that because you had the link in this doc, and it wasn't for me.
Okay. Well, all right. I honestly, it's clearly a lower budget fan film because very little of it, in fact, none of it takes place in the Tron universe. I had notes.
Yeah, that's a real problem. Tron.
Yeah. But this isn't a Tron movie. This appears to be like a sci-fi horror about a woman who goes to a sleep study, and things get really fucking weird. That's all I know about it.
It's really all that I can decipher from the trailer.
Yeah, because no one has really seen it. It doesn't have reviews. It hasn't premiered at any festivals. The trailer just looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. She brings something back from those dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have studied these dreams that hard. These dreams did not want to get studied, is my point.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all. People should just check out the trailer. This just looks creepy and weird and like kind of cool. Has anybody been to a sleep study?
No, I have not.
I have. It's pretty cool.
How'd you do? Did you win?
Not great. I didn't do good. But like it's like a hotel room, but it's also a doctor's office. Okay. It's like a dream where you're like, I was sort of here, but it was also kind of like this. Like it's that where they like put you in a hotel room with like a shower, but also like medical equipment all over you, and like there's like medical assistants, and they can just sort of come in at any time. It's like the least conducive place to sleep.
Did you get lucky?
No, not at all. Opposite of lucky. No, I got sleep apnea.
Oh,
So like it wasn't that lucky.
Do you think they gave that to you? Do you think you?
Yeah, I think they did. I think it's like the coronavirus. Right. It's all a it's a conspiracy.
That's what you brought back with you from your dreams.
And did they pay you for this?
No.
So you just volunteered to go into a weird hotel room with weirdos?
No, it was for my own good.
I
was like, I need to know what's wrong with me, and they were like, well, we'll get you to a sleep study, and then I went. Okay. They also kick you out at like 4 a.m,
sure.
And it feels really weird. Like you get woken up at like 4:30 by a weirdo who's like, you need to leave, and then you like sort of gather. It's like a one-night stand where you like gather your stuff and like quietly.
Are you sure that part
in the middle of the night? Maybe, or maybe they just didn't like me.
Are you sure you're not still there?
Look, it was just some guy's house.
His name was Sex Kevin, and I met him at the bus station.
He sounded trustworthy.
Yeah. This is the worst sell for a movie I've done. You guys saw the trailer. You can back me up here. It looks cool.
Yeah. No, I am curious about this film.
I'll watch this.
Looks nice and creepy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a horror movie, but it sure as hell looks like.
And I like how the lead actress, you can't tell if she's like 12 or 35. Like it's super weird. It just adds to the whole like Lynchian feel of it.
Yes. So yeah, check it out. Check out the trailer, you guys.
Yeah. Oh man, you guys, I think that's a sode.
Fucking did it.
Yeah, and then some.
I think we did it. Yeah. Oh man, Sean, thank you so much for coming back and being on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
It's always a joy. And I hope my audio isn't filled with echoes.
Yeah, I hope so as well. But
it's worth it either way.
Right,
You're a delight.
Yeah, we had a delightful time either way, regardless of whether or not the audio is usable at all.
Could just be just white noise, just like a ringing tone.
It's 70 minutes of an unbroken scream.
Listen.
Yeah.
Then we'll hide some coordinates in the scream for the treasure. So everyone listen to the scream.
Yep.
I really like the idea of someone listening to that and then shutting off and being like, "Oh, that was an interesting one this week." All right.
It's art. Oh, before I go, I want to plug our website. Go to 1-900 Hot Dog. Me and Robert Brockway, the legendary Cracked editor. We write jokes every weekday. And we also have a podcast called The Dog Zone 9000 with 2 G's and 2 Z's. And it's great.
That's perfect. Yeah, everybody check it out. It's extremely funny.
Yeah.
It's exactly the kind of thing everyone needs right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, why don't you tell them about what we got going on?
Yeah, we got a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. There's exclusive podcasts there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. If you're like a big X-Files Batman fan.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We also have a store, tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed, where you can get t-shirts, stickers, mugs, posters, masks, all kinds of shit. Check it out or don't. I don't care. You live your life, buddy. I'm not going to.
I love how often.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I love how often we end our episodes with just raw nihilism.
Nothing matters.
Yeah. Remember, folks, nothing matters. We're all dust.
Our children will watch us die.
Oh man.
Perfect.
And then just stretch that.
Oh man. Yeah, say goodbye, everyone.
Later.
Goodbye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.